Hi guys, my name is Lucia and today I have a makeup declutter slash empties, and then I also have empties that are not makeup, but I will save those for the end in case you were not interested. If you've missed any of my previous empties or declutters, I have a playlist for both of those. I will link them down below. I've started to do them together because when I was first decluttering my collection, I would have really big declutters with a lot of stuff, and now I find that I have a little bit less stuff that I am decluttering, so I like to combine it with my empties. I do have a lot of makeup empties because I have been doing really well in a project pan that I just finished. I am very proud of myself, but if you would like to see what makeup I am decluttering and what I have used up, just keep on watching. I will start with the makeup I am decluttering. First thing is this lipstick. This is the Rimmel Kate Moss lipstick in 107. This is what it looks like, and when I first got into makeup in freshman year, this was the only lipstick I wore. I actually almost went through a whole tube of this, and I decided that I needed to buy a backup. And this was way before I started doing project panning and before I understood that it takes a long time to use up a lipstick, and also you don't always want to own that lipstick again after you've used it all up. So I was getting pretty close to using one up. I bought another one because they often were out of stock at Ulta. I was like, oh my god, I'm not gonna find one. Pretty soon after that, I stopped wearing this shade. It is a red shade. This was really famous on YouTube about 4 years ago. Zoella talked about this all the time. It was her favorite red. Then it became my favorite. I was kind of known for this color. Like if I would wear a different lipstick, people would be like, oh my god, you're not wearing that red. It's just kind of funny to look back on, but I've only used this bullet of lipstick a handful of times. In sophomore year, I realized that I had 2 of these, and it was dumb because I was never using them, so I did something stupid, and I gave away the bullet that I was almost done with because I wanted to keep the new one, when I should have just kept the old one so I could finish it and give someone a brand new one. Lesson learned. I have only used this a handful of times since I've had it, which is probably like 3 or 4 years. I really don't wear red on my lips. I definitely think this color is pretty, and I didn't have any problems with a lipstick going bad, but I just had to be real with myself. I have been thinking about decluttering this for like a year, and so it was a long time coming, and I finally was like, Lucia, get rid of that goddamn lipstick. It is so old and you just don't use it. Next, I have the Smashbox Bronze Lights Bronzer in Suntan Matte. I originally wanted to pan this for the year. Before I gained subscribers this year and I started to receive PR, this was the only bronzer that I had in my collection besides another contour product, and I wanted to use it up. This was not really working for me. It does not blend anymore. This is 5 years old, so this is ridiculously old. It is the oldest thing in my collection. It makes sense. It doesn't blend very well anymore, and it's frustrating to use. I was just kind of like, oh, I want to use it up. I used this so much. I can't believe there is not more progress on this. It just doesn't work anymore. This is going in the trash because it is so old. I have 3 single shadows. These were all in my Colourpop Press Single Shadows Z palette. I used that palette for a month, and I decided that I wanted to get rid of some of the shades. The first one from Colourpop is Centerfold. This is an extremely pale orange. It's just too pale for me. I don't use it, and it's too light. I forgot to mention, I am eventually going to be selling some of the stuff that I declutter on Depop because a lot of this stuff is still good and I paid money for it. So these shadows will be up there, but I'm not going to do that until college ends. College ends in a month. I'm going to wait till I go home. It'll be much easier when I'm at home to figure all that out, and I will let you guys know when that is up. The next shade is the shade Take a Break from Colourpop. This was one of the first shades that I ever got along with Centerfold, and this is what it looks like, and this shade is really bad. There is no pigmentation. It's supposed to be an orange shimmer, but it's really just a shimmer. I used to use this a lot actually because when I first got my Colourpop single press shadows, I bought them because I wanted orange shadows. I would do a really smoked out orange look, and then I would put this on top just for a shimmer of something. It never was anything good. I just enjoyed having a little something, and now that I don't really do that anymore, this just, it doesn't work. The last shadow is actually an Urban Decay shadow in the shade Sideline, and I was holding on to this for a while because it is very, very unique. It's a duochrome and it has a green-yellow shift. This was my free birthday gift from Ulta, I believe in 2017. The problem is I don't use this. The quality of this shadow is amazing, but I just, if there is one thing that I really never go for, it is yellow-green duochrome shadows. For someone who wears color all the time, that is just not up my alley. The last time I used it was Halloween because I was Tinkerbell. I also have a shadow similar to this in my BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette. It's not identical, but considering I never ever use this, it's close enough that I don't need to hang on to this. I have this BH Cosmetics Flawless Brow Highlighter. There is a matte side and a shimmer side. I got this for free when I ordered the BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette, and I will show you a swatch of this. I think when I sell those Colourpop shadows, I think I'll just include this in the bundle, and I'll sell that bundle for really cheap. This is what it looks like. So you have the matte shade and you have the shimmer shade. The matte shade is definitely for deeper skin tones. It is a pink almost. It would never ever work for me. I need a very pale nude in order to do a matte on my brow bone. The shimmer is just kind of nothing. You can kind of see it in this swatch. I would much rather just use powder. I did try to use this. I ended up putting powder on top of it because you couldn't even see it. And then I was like, what is the point of that? If I'm just gonna put the powder on top of the cream, what's the point of even using it? So yeah, this just didn't work for me. Next, I have the Empties. The first one is really exciting because I used up a blush. I have never used up a whole blush before. I was so excited. This is Tarte's Party. This was the birthday gift last year. I know a lot of panners are panning this year. That is what it looks like. It was in my Finish 7 by Spring project pan. I will link that down below in case you are interested. But I know a lot of people say they have a really, really hard time using this up or just hitting pan on it, and I did not find that to be the case. This was really, really powdery for me. My technique for makeup is definitely to get a lot on my brush and then tap a lot off. So I wasn't just lightly dipping into it, but I wasn't, you know, I wasn't like scraping it or anything. I did use this probably for a total of 4 or 5 months straight. This was really nice. I know they don't sell this shade because it was the birthday gift, but I wouldn't buy the shade if they did sell it because I have Tarte Exposed. That is what I am wearing today, and it is very similar. It's just a little more nude. But yeah, this was nice. It was a matte blush. I did enjoy this, but what I enjoy more is the fact that I have now panned an entire blush. I have 2 lipsticks. The first is the MAC lipstick in Twig. This is a really big deal to me because I've never used up an entire MAC lipstick before. They are pretty hard to get through. I will say this took less time than I expected. I used it every day in my project pan, and I definitely thought this would be a struggle and it would be like me against Twig, but it really wasn't. I really, really love this shade. I definitely like the satin lipsticks from MAC. The matte ones are super dry and I wouldn't recommend those, but I miss this. I have right now, I am using up the Bite Amuse Boost lipstick in Chai. That is similar enough to this that it's kind of filling the void, but once I use that up and I use up another lipstick, I'm definitely considering repurchasing this. I'm gonna try to give you a swatch. There is a swatch of it. It's hard to swatch because there is nothing left really, but there is. It is a nice nude. It is a little bit on the, I wouldn't say purple, more of a mauve side, but I definitely wore it with purple looks. When I had it, I wished that it was a little more purple for my purple looks, but it definitely worked. I have another lipstick. This was also from this year's birthday gift. This is the Bite lipstick in Glacé. Sorry, the matte cream lip crayon in Glacé. This was very, very similar to Twig, but I didn't love this. I found that it bunched up on my lips and it felt very thick, and I panned this right after using Twig because I really like that type of shade. And I think next to Twig, I would definitely choose Twig over this. I didn't hate this. It was good. That's why I didn't declutter it, but it was very exciting because my birthday is January 1st, so I got this on January 2nd. I think within a month or two, I had already panned it. The other lipstick that came in this set, I am at least halfway through. So that is very exciting to be able to get something in my collection and use it right away. Just as a rule of thumb, whenever they have birthday gifts that give out lipsticks, I never like to keep that lipstick longer than that year, because I find that if I don't pan a mini lipstick, I will never use it. I'm not interested in trying out any more of these. It wasn't my favorite. Next, I have a powder. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte powder in transparent. It is all gone. I used to love this powder. This used to be my all-time favorite. I don't really know what happened. It's not a bad powder, but I think it got to a point where I wasn't enjoying it as much. It wasn't controlling my oils as much. I probably will end up going back to this at some point. Again, like I said, it wasn't terrible. It's only a couple dollars. I have the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. These makeup items were all things in my project pan, so I apologize if this feels a bit redundant. I did not love this. I used this for a while just on days when I was wearing concealer, because I put concealer not just under my eyes, but I'll use it kind of like a foundation, and it didn't do anything. Then I started to use it right here because with the Fenty Beauty foundation in conjunction with the Fenty Beauty primer, I found my skin was so dry and my foundation started to sink into lines that I don't even think really exist. I think it was just because my skin was so dehydrated, and I would use this on those lines and the lines would go away. I have since purchased the Becca First Light primer. That has totally solved the problem of my foundation looking a little bit cakey and heavy. I did try to use this once all over under my foundation and it was too matte and it just didn't work. I have a Real Techniques complexion sponge. If you guys have been watching my empties for the past couple of months, I think I've had this in 2 or 3. I always rant about this because I purchased one. I purchased just a single one, not in a set of 4 or anything, and it was really, really good. Then I purchased the set of 4. The first one I tried from the set was terrible. The first time I washed it, it started to rip. If you can see these rips, the sponge that I had before was so much worse than this. It was terrible. The sponge would come off on my face. I emailed them and I said, I'm really, really disappointed because your sponge has changed. They emailed me back basically saying, I'm sorry it didn't work out for you, but our sponges didn't change, and basically saying it was my fault. And I was like, what do you mean? Yes, they did. That was in a set of 4 that I bought, so I was like, great, now I'm stuck with 4 of them. The second one that I tried from the set was fine. It ripped eventually, but it took a lot longer than the first one. I think this was the second one, and it took a lot longer to rip. So I've just come to the conclusion that there is a ton of inconsistencies with this. I definitely want to try the Beauty Blender. Jacqueline Levine says that it lasts her a lot longer than these sponges, and I am interested. Lip balm, this is the J.R. Watkins Lip Balm Menthol. Lip balms for me are really, really tricky because I get immune to them. What I mean by becoming immune to it is that the chapstick would work super, super well, and then it wouldn't work at all. So my lips would be super, super moisturized for a while, and then they would just be constantly dry and the chapstick would not work. So long story short, I went to Rite Aid because Carmex stopped working, and I was going to try the Burt's Bees lip balm again because it's been years, and I found this lip balm that was on sale for 69 cents. I looked at the ingredients and it was the same exact ingredients as the Burt's Bees lip balm, but a fraction of the price. So I really liked the one that was in peppermint. They only had one in peppermint, so I got one in menthol. This one I don't love as much. It's okay. I liked the peppermint better. Menthol isn't my favorite scent. For makeup wipes, I have 2 packs of the e.l.f. Makeup Remover Cleansing Cloths. I actually do not use these to take off my makeup. I use something that I will show you in a second. I use this every morning when I'm getting ready for fallout. The eyeshadows in my collection all have a lot of fallout, and at this point it's something I expect. I expect to wipe away fallout every day. I always do my eyes first. I like these because they're only $3 and it comes with 20. They work fine. I mean, I don't think they're the best makeup wipes in the entire world, but as someone who is not using them to take off makeup, just to wipe away eyeshadow, they work. What I do use to take off my makeup is the Neutrogena Oil-Free Eye Makeup Remover. I use this and I put it on a cotton round. I put it on my eyes and I let it sit there, and then I use it on the rest of my face. I know it says eye makeup remover, but you can use this all over your face. This is so good. I have been using this for years. It is inexpensive. It works super, super well. I really, really enjoy this, and I really can't see myself using anything else anytime soon because this just works so well. A ton of people ask me what I do with my hair. This is the only product I use. This is the Herbal Essence Curl Defining Mousse. This is in the 3 strongholds, but I have used this in the 2 strongholds. I will shake this up in the morning, put it on my hand, put it in my hair, and then I go coil by coil and I individually twirl it on my finger and then I scrunch it up. I like this. It's good. I don't think it's the best mousse to ever exist, but I don't really care to find the best mousse that ever exists because this gets the job done. I'm actually using a different one now. I'm using the one in the purple bottle. I think I might like it better. I think it makes my hair a little less crunchy. With this product, you definitely have to do this. You have to get the kind of crunch out of your hair, so I'm enjoying the purple one a bit more. I think that if you're someone who is super picky and you've used like the best mousse in the whole world, you might not like this, but I genuinely don't know. These are the only mousses that I have ever tried, and they work. This is the Tresemme Luxurious Moisture Conditioner. This is the conditioner that I have been using for years, and for shampoo, I use the one that matches this but is in a black bottle. You can buy them as a set together. This is very good. It's very good at moisturizing. I like something that lathers a lot. I don't have much to say because I don't really care that much about hair products. I have been using this basically my whole life. I can't remember a time when this wasn't in my shower. I use this because this is what my mom uses, and then I started using it, and it's good. I think it makes my hair really soft. I definitely enjoy it. It's nice in the shower because it turns really silky. I've used some conditioners in the past that you can't really feel it in your hair, and I think that's a gross feeling. I like to feel the silkiness. Alright guys, that was everything for this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.